Let's fight. A very good evening to each and every one of you. Let's fight. Let's fight. Let's fight. Stay alive. Smash that emoji button for us, folks. Let's fight. Pace and power. Share the live. Smash that emoji button, folks. We're happy that each and every one of you here with us. It's a privilege to have all of you with us tonight, folks. Share that live. Smash that emoji button. Well, you had Gail before the United Nations Committee on Human Rights, and the folks said they didn't like your answer. That is what we're hearing, folks. They didn't like some of the answers. You know, she thinks she went home in front of some of the PR journalists. We got some good journalists, but we got some PR ones too. She thinks she was before some of them. Oh, they took her to task on some of what she said. We like your answers. Why are you rush? Why are you rushing past some of these pertinent questions we've asked you, folks? Folks, Minister of Governance Gail Teixeira, Guyana's Minister of Governance Gail Teixeira, she was under pressure before the United Nations Committee on Human Rights. Yep, you're going to want to share the live, folks. You're going to want to tag a friend. You're going to want to tag your spouse. You're going to want to tag Joylyn Cook, Paul Bourne. Great to have all of you on the live tonight. She was under pressure, folks. Serious pressure. I want you to hear, folks, as we begin our broadcast this evening, on the various pages, on the various platforms, I want you to hear some of what the United Nations asked Gail to share about some of what's happening in Guyana. And then the woman said some of the things she never heard before. Lying so blatantly. Julian Marr, she said some of the things she never heard of before. That is what the lady said. Some of them, she heard it for the first time. Yep. You know, when some of the questions were being asked, I say me. You know, when you're in class and you know the answer, and people taking a little too long for you. Me. That's how they're going on. Me. That's how it's going, folks. We got to open up for you. Listen to some of the questions, folks. The Honorable Minister of Governance was asked, and some of the comments the folks made as well. This was quite recently, folks, before the United Nations. Remember that? The United Nations Committee on Human Rights. Several questions were asked. Take a look, folks, and take a listen. It's the opener.
Your Excellency.
Good folks. Our apologies there. Our apologies there with the song. We're going to circle back to it. Our apologies there with the song. We're going to circle back to some of that. We wanted you guys to hear it. Our apologies there. We're gonna circle back to that. My lord. Our apologies there, folks. We're gonna circle back to that. So bear with us there. Bear with us, folks. Bear with us, bear with us, bear with us. Let's see how we get this audio correct for you folks. Because we want you guys to hear some of what they're saying. Thanks for calling, folks. Some of you are calling us. Thanks for doing that. Let's make sure you guys are hearing the audio clear. Let us make sure you're hearing the audio clear. That is what we need first and foremost. We want you guys to hear the audio clearly. Folks, it's a lot. It's plenty enough. I don't know why you're not hearing the audio, because I really need you folks to hear the audio. The people had some concerns. That's what I'm telling you. You folks had some concerns about what was said. Let's see if we can give you back that. Folks, is the opener. Apologies again. Let's see if we can bring it back for you. We're working on the flight tonight because there's so much information to get to you guys. We're working on the flight tonight. Bear with us, good folks.
Beginning with Ms. Tigruja. Yeah.
All right, we see the folks saying that they're not hearing. They're not hearing. We're seeing the audio meet at our end, but don't know why you guys can't hear. We're gonna circle back to that, folks. But let's start in another direction. They tell us that the United States and Guyana, we're gonna be working very closely moving forward. There's some training coming, and God knows we need the training. We need the training, especially in the area of shooting and so on. We need the training. We need the training, folks. Take a look and take a listen. Partnership between Guyana and the U.S.
At the signing ceremony in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs on Tuesday, U.S. Ambassador Nicole Thurioux and Minister of Home Affairs Robeson Ben formalized the U.S. donation of funding and capacity building opportunity. This is intended as a demonstration of the U.S.-Guyana law enforcement and security partnership. Home Affairs Minister Robeson Ben signed on behalf of Guyana.
On behalf of the government of Guyana, I'm very pleased that we are signing this agreement in respect of the combined fight we have in relation to questions of narcotics interdiction, prevention, and use in Guyana. The United States of America has been a staunch supporter and partner in relation to the fight against narcotics trafficking and use too, because we do have some use in Guyana.
He said that Guyana has been working to stem the flow of narcotics.
Neighboring countries, both in the Caribbean region and in South America, all are suffering from the negative effects of narcotics trafficking, the trafficking in firearms, which supports the trade, and the crime and violence, which results as a result of narcotics trafficking. Not to mention the questions of money laundering.
United States Ambassador Guyana Nicole Theriot signed on behalf of the U.S. She said that this program is part of the Caribbean Basin Security Initiative.
Under CBSI, the U.S. Department of State's Bureau of International Narcotics and Law Enforcement Affairs, or INL, partners with like-minded policymakers to deliver holistic, tailored, and strategic capacity building programs in Guyana and across the region to help disrupt organized crime and to promote citizen security and criminal justice institutional reforms.
She said that the collaboration with Guyana is rooted in the shared commitment to law, human rights, and democracy.
Earlier this year, the U.S. Embassy was proud to partner with the Guyana Judiciary and National Center for State Courts to launch the cutting-edge digital court case management system to ensure criminal cases are handled expeditiously, to reduce case backlogs, and to improve the criminal justice system's response to combating transnational organized crime.
During the ceremony, Ambassador Theriot announced an award of $300,000 in bilateral funding assistance from the United States Department Bureau of International Narcotics and Law Enforcement Affairs. This award is part of the U.S.-Guyana Security Cooperation under the Caribbean Basin Security Initiative.
This bilateral assistance is complemented by more than $2.5 million in CBSI regional programming designed to promote regionalization, because we all know that regional problems require regional solutions. Today, I would like to announce several new areas of partnership for this increased U.S. assistance to Guyana. First, crime and illicit narcotics trafficking threaten Guyana's security, stability, and economy, and pose a direct threat to the national security of both of our countries. That's why I'm very pleased to announce the U.S. Embassy and INL will soon begin a capacity building program with the U.S. DEA.
She said that criminals continue to use Guyana borders for their illicit trade.
That's why I am pleased to announce the deployment of a technical FBI team to Guyana to partner with you as you upgrade your integrated automated fingerprint identification system, or IAFIS, at major ports throughout the country and ensure interoperability with U.S. law enforcement. Port security is so critically important when you're dealing with transnational organized crime, and so we're really pleased to help bolster yours with this program through the FBI.
The U.S. will also make a U.S. $350,000 investment to aid in the police readiness program. There will be support for improved training.
Yeah, that's how some of it went down, folks. My apology that we couldn't get that video to you. We're gonna go back at it, folks, and see how we can fix that audio. You need to hear some of what went on in that committee meeting, folks. And we have to add some context to it so that you appreciate. The folks said they asked Gail to share specific information, and she's giving them some general answers. In some other areas, she's just rushing past, like they didn't even ask the question at all. Or they took exception to that. You're going to want to hear some of that, folks. As I said, I promise you, we're going to work out the kinks in the audio, and we're going to have that for you. And we're going to have a guest or two, and we're going to unpack what transpired. She's before the committee again tomorrow. This is the United Nations Committee on Human Rights, or the Human Rights Committee, whichever way you want to play it. But we're going to have that for you, folks. very quickly, let's try and be the hero and bring you up to scratch some of what we're following around the world, folks. Trump, I think that's where we start. Yep. Trump suing ABC for defamation. I think Trump trying to pick up some money, folks. Trump passing his hat around. We think that's what we see happening here. It's the hat passing. Trump has to find, folks, by Monday, close to $500 million US. Yep. Or the court can start selling some of his properties there in New York. He in dire straits. And so it was no surprise to us when we saw that he is suing ABC. Yep, he said they slandered and they have libeled him. Folks, you got to try something. You got to try something. Money got to come in. Money don't make itself, folks. The money does not make itself. So we watching this. Good folks, we watching it to see how it pans out. But I don't think that windfall will come in by Monday, you know. Letitia James, the Attorney General there in New York, hot on Trump's case. And they've already approached 30 lenders. All of them said no. Folks, I never heard of a billionaire without money. One of the strangest thing, they said Trump is a billionaire. Time's over, and yet he can't cough up this money. Kurt Heidecken, well, they said the money's in property and other assets. But that these lenders don't want property, especially now U.S. property value and doing so nice. And so these 30 lenders say, we're not touching it. He needs half, let's say for $1 billion. Yeah. Believe it or not, folks. And look at this. Look at this one. Very, very sad. In California, a 3-year-old was at the wheel of a truck that hit a 2-year-old in a gas station. You all see how the world upside down? Father, come for your world. Come for your world. A 3-year-old got behind the wheel. Somewhere, somehow. That's the end result. She hit a 2-year-old. Didn't say whether it was a relative, a sister, or what have you. But that's information. At a gas station in California, upside down, folks. With our family, I think we're coming in now around the region. A lot happening. Me doing your own housing program, you know, trying to, what's the word? Speed up things. But look, Bolsonaro next door. Bolsonaro has been indicted. Yep, for fraud. For fraud. Is there substance here? Is there substance here? Or is Lula, Inacio Lula de Silva, like them boys weaponizing the courts? And then when they can't have the way, they say the court's preventing the will of the people, they're frustrating the will of the people. Is there substance here in these fraud allegations? But Brazil, our same old politics. We're watching it, folks, indicted for fraud, they say. That's what they're telling us. We're watching it, folks. We're watching it. As we have more, you guys are going to have more. Watch yourself, they are coming for you. We're watching it, folks. As I said, we're watching. It's a lot we're following. And as I said to you, we remotely just read the budget. Things seem to be on the up and up. I'm going to ask the opposition. You wake up one day, you all see me talking with the opposition leader there in Barbados. You know what's up. You hear me talking with the folks from the opposition. You know what's up. We want to see. We want to hear some other voices on what's happening in the economy in Barbados. We are, you know, it's pretty much stable and heading in an upward trajectory. But we want to get some other voices, and they're trying to do 10,000 houses in 5 years. I'm going to call it your friend your fun. She might got to call it your friend your fun. Let's see how it goes. It's a big promise. It's a big promise, right? They got a project there called the Hope Project. That's what the words I was looking for. They're trying to accelerate some of what they're doing, folks, there in Barbados. And you guys who reside there can tell us more about this. You guys who reside in this area, y'all can tell us some more about this. Good to see so many of you on the live. I see Leon. Just show me in the comments. There's Leon, Candidly Indajit, Sukchan Sudhari, Sandra Ford, Yuli. How are you doing? Yuli Trotman is there. Good to see you. Good to see Sandra Ford, as I said, Paulette, Paulette Johnson, family. Good to see you, Paulette. Wanda, good to have you too. Laverne, Harry Chiran, Kelvin Prasad. One person, you know. CC Forbes, good to have you. Let Me Go is here too, folks. You all know once we come into 592, Basil Clark and Mavis Davis Well and all the other folks. You all know once we come into 592. What we dealing with, folks, you all know? The folks didn't like the answers they said. One man said to get the sheriff, he found her response was a little hostile. I told you. But we sit down here in the hot water, day in, day out, and we boiling. Remember I told you that British journalist, when their fun went in their fun mode, which is like all the time. Is your team with nurses? Is your team with the nurses? You remember that? The man said, sir, this is how you're going to Maduro. There's going to be a tour with Maduro next week. You all remember that? But that is how Gail came across. If you heard the quality questions, and you guys would know the answers to them because we deal with it every day. Valid, credible information. We don't the gap here. Alone. You would know the answers. Gail said she never heard some of these complaints before. It's fascinating. She said she never heard some of these things before. And we're going to have an opportunity to examine that. Let's relook at some of that, folks, and we try to tweak our audio. Our apologies for that. But if you hear a story, she thinks she was home doing something. Reporters should just go and do the who, the where, the what, the when, and so on. No analysis. And the lady hit the nail. Uppercut, she said, madam, when we ask questions here, we have checked and cross-checked, and we get from one source, we get from many. There was like a high fall. So when she said, oh, who are your sources? She pulled a Jack View there. You remember when Jack View was before that Vice News Tribunal? Oh, which businessman is his source? And then when the young lady played the ace, folks, you know the able. The other ones we come home. The other ones we come home is what? Trouble, folks. Trouble in this country. Look at what we're following. Father have his mercies. You think it's still in California? We got to go for beyond bucketary, folks. Father have his mercies. This morning we told you all of this young woman out of her bed. Her sister's boyfriend shot her. Came at her place looking for the sister. Couldn't find her. Folks, what happening in this country? Years ago, I lived next to a preacher man in South Bramville. You say, loose, devil. Get out of them, a devil loose. Some of that here, they got a devil loose. Shot that young woman as she turned from him, trying to flee. His anger and his wrath. Shot her, they say, with an AR-15. That's a high-power rifle. I know my gun so well, but I think I know the one. It's not a high-power rifle. Those of you who know your guns, if I remember correctly, an AR-15 rifle is a high-powered rifle. How the security services got all kinds of people working with them? You don't know no mental health check on some of these folks. We don't know background check. And just like that, he shot Ashanti Liverpool. You're hearing me? It's with an AR-15 rifle rather. Fed up of this. What could make somebody want to do something so dastardly? An AR-15, and then they said he took a co-worker's gun and turned it on himself. Folks, let's pray for this family. Please and thank you. They didn't deserve it. This young lady, Ashanti Liverpool, didn't deserve this. Let's pray for this family. Shot her in the streets as she fled. This 31-year-old security officer. It's so sad. So sad what transpired there. this morning up on the East Coast. Danzel housing scheme up on the East Coast. Pray for this community. They're in shock. Wasn't expecting this at all when they got up this morning. But this is now the lived experience. Thoughts and prayers with them. And folks ain't getting better. I'm just warning y'all. It's not getting better. 3,000 plus folks watching us from around the world. I want to thank each and every one of you. Signs in the Times. That's Dazzle Housing Scheme this morning. Dazzle Housing Scheme. A logger chapter death at Kurukururu, the Upper Burbis River. Right? Chapter death. The preacher was right years ago. He was a prophet. The devil loose, folks. That's what he said. There is a devil loose. Jack went in power then. I was a young man now coming up, feeling the fire igniting in my bones and my belly. See, there's a devil loose. Short Indian man. He had so much power. Pulled down fire from heaven. Devil still loose. Them boys come back. And this man that get chopped up, Marcus Adrian, is his friend do it. All owing to a misunderstanding at Kururu. This is the Upper Burbis region at a place called 7 Miles. Madness. People watched the law enforcement and said that's not nothing. The strength of the police force, the professionalism. You know, police used to be commanding figures. You thought about jail time and you'd pull yourself together. 23-year-old on the East Coast. This is another 30-year-old on the Burbis River. 36-year-old rather, chopped to death, folks. But this country coming, we're making up things. This is the area we want this big transformation. Right? This is the area. Everyone think big building alone is development, you know. Big building alone is development. Not equality of life. Not being able to have your front door, your front window open, little cold breeze come in, walk peacefully in the street. We really fall down with the videos tonight. Saw one recently, young lady robbed in her own yard. She was so stunned by what was happening in the street. She froze in fear. Somebody in the street was being mugged too. And she froze in fear. And them boys running by she. By them they asked, was she there? $1 in she face. What Hickens are doing? What can be in here for the whole day? What law enforcement doing in this country? President going from Main Street, where he lives there at State House, to quick serve on Main Street. 500 policemen. Is only Kim Jong-un is acting that way? 1 block he going, right up the road. 500 policemen. That's why them boys operating with impunity at Saxicali, at Ururu. That's why they're operating with impunity up the East Coast. Because the police in this country, they've taken their eyes off the ball. They've taken their eyes off the ball. That's why you're seeing all this madness and mayhem. Folks, you got a little God in you. The fear of God in you, a little faith for this country. Let's pray for our beloved nation. I think we're coming into that Easter period too, where we consider the death, the resurrection of my Lord and Savior. Death, burial, and the resurrection. We consider it. Oh, y'all say a prayer for this country. Because all we're seeing is death. All we're seeing is that all this transformation these boys talking about. We're not seeing that. We're not experiencing that. All we're seeing is death. Pray for our country. As we come into this period, good folks. Pray for it. pray for it. So there's that happening on that side. You think it's getting better? No, it's not going to get better. The good book says when you see these things, it's not the end. You all know the rest now. Ewart Benjamin, you know the rest. Bishop Peter Jeffrey. Revelation said, when you see all these things happen, it's not the end. Just say one preacher y'all tonight, I'll give you the chapter and verse. Help me finish it, the man. Some of y'all who deep in this thing. It says not the end. That's the Paul saying Revelation. When you see all these things happen, it's not the end. Look, Donald got it. Donald George, deep in this thing is the beginning of sorrows. Oh, y'all think that was it? You think that was the more than the place there was it? You think the chop up was it? Folks, it's the beginning of sorrows. Brace yourself. Brace yourself. Brace yourself. It's the beginning of sorrows. Look at the accident report now. Heavy. It's a pack of crosses we got to deal with it. No other country on the face of the earth, 3,300 of you watching us, 3,345 to be specific. Yet we only got 164 emojis. Y'all wicked, you know. You don't want somebody driving y'all and park. Belly your chest to boot. Y'all wicked. Smash the emoji button for us, folks. Share that live so others get the valuable and credible information. Imagine if 300 y'all shared it from 3,000. 300. If 300 of you. Oh, we ain't got 300 brave souls. Everybody fighting the PPP. Y'all watching me? Getting the news and information. One of them boys watching. I wonder if Gail come back. Folks, do not let us live in fear. There is nothing to fear but fear itself. I feel my spirit get quickness. Somebody said, share your own. I'm frightened. I feel my spirit quick in there. Share it on your own. I'm frightened. Yeah. It's not the end, folks. It's the beginning. The beginning of sorrows. School girl, 9 years old, struck by a car. The driver was speeding and intoxicated. This is not California. This is right here. 9 years old. Thank you, newsroom. 9 years old, struck by a car. Right? Teresha Pierre, 9 years old, from an area called Barima, Nobo, Region 1. The driver. Right? This young lady was crossing the road at Mabaruma Kampong. Right? The child, oh, Jesus have mercy. Help me. I'm feeling it now. The child was run over. Right? The child was run over. Jesus. Ooh. Run over this child, you know. And according to the report we have, she was flung away. I don't even want to imagine that. The horrors. 9 years old, you can't cross the road properly in Mabaruma without somebody killing you. You all understand where we are. When the year started, your friend run out in the black and white tux. He said, I engage you all just now. The carnage on our roads and waterways, I'm engaging you all just now on that. Well, we're in a holding pattern. We're in a holding pattern. And if you're on the wrong flight, you ain't got nothing to feed. You just run in flights, don't get too much food. If you're on the wrong flight, we're starving here. We're in a holding pattern. We have a national conversation. The carnage on our roads and waterways. You know how we start fighting up. So. 9 years old. 9 years old. 9 years young. Child, a moment of love ago. Martin Carter says in one of his poems, a moment of love ago. in your mother's eyes, your father's arms. When you take with Mabaruma, you don't take Wild West on the road. The child was run over and flung away. I'm quoting the report. The driver was intoxicated, inebriated. He was drunk and speeding. There's such a breakdown of law and order. But again, citizens of the world, my fellow Guyanese, we need bubbling up. And we feel it when we listen to the issues that stand out or that stood out to the United Nations Human Rights Committee. We hear bubble up in them issue all the time. We take Jack Dio nonsense and their abrasiveness to the media. We take it from Gate to Shearer. Look how Robeson Ben boxing away the mic from the reporter yesterday. We take all of that. We're strong in this country, you know. We take the hunger, we take the starvation, we take the poverty. I heard one of the folks there in the committee saying with this newfound wealth and oil, we hope the money is going to all. I said, well, like he knows something. We hope that the money is being spent in an equal way. And my God, this story in the road. 9 years old. 9 years old. Parisha Pierre run over in Mabaruma, flung away. Graphic language from the reporting. Something wrong with me. Folks, I tell you all this. I understand. I understand. Forgiveness. I understand. We shouldn't take the law in our own hand. But if it's a me 9-year-old, I would go some way. For some of y'all. See, for my 9-year-old, for Frank them flinged over the shoulder and life got Ghana, for Robeson slowly walk away. 20 dead in Madia, life Ghana, and they still got them. Is there still a minister attached to each of those children? The survivors? 20 dead. Dog pulling the bones in the streets of Madia. And them boys didn't care. As long as they get their photo opportunity, wheel them out of bed, discharged from hospital in Nigeria, by the Umanayana. Heartless. Irfan said, we can take this thing serious this year. When he presenting himself, all people are taking things serious. They're not. They're not. Let me try and be hero and wrap up, folks. Well, of course, we're on the trifecta now. It's the death on our roads and waterways. It's fire. Huh? What else we got? Well, we done cover the other one already. Violence against our women and girls. So many others we can add to it. Fires, folks, like you've never seen before in this country. Y'all think it's easy here? You think it's easy? Well, like telling you folks, it's not easy. Fires. Every day, something burns down. Somebody gets killed on the road. A boat goes up in flame, a house. Every day. And Barbies, just last evening, fire left a kid Harvest and his family homeless. Homeless. I fed up. I wish on the nights we had some happy news. We got some this morning. We told you the Golden Jaguars getting to Saudi Arabia or whatever Middle Eastern country safely. Oh, we scraped the news for some bit of a human interest, feel-good story. There's a lot of scraping. Once in a while, we catch one. Because Guyana we live in. Not a fire. Fires in the PPP. Pack of crosses. We're going good. professionalizing the police, professionalizing the Guyana Fire Service, building capacity. Jesus Lord. What a difference 3.5 year makes. What a difference, folks. What a difference 3.5 years make. It's down we going, you know. Little Dubai. It's down we going. The Little Dubai, folks. Down is up. Down is up. You all know how we say. You know how we say. We know the whole thing. Don't come around with funny. When we catch something, we catch it. When we catch something, folks, we catch it. But look, story here now. Y'all think it's easy? The new green goal, I've been telling you. Well, they're now following us. We told you this a long time ago. Canada now catching up with us. That's why we tell y'all, we valid and credible. We see some things coming down the road long, and we say, look, bap, Shalon, Sheila Boy Child, look what happened here. Correct these dots to me. Out front parts. Margaret, Elizabeth, Mark, Nigel, Wenda, Wonder, Sabrina Blue. Look what happened here. Bap. Them boys now catching up. And while I'm grateful for all the efforts of the Guyana Police Force, I'm not so interested in the little fish. It's the big ones. And again, folks, I remind you, they were very keen. The government, that is, they were very quick to run out and tell us, oh, the GNS ground, the NAS ground don't belong to City Hall. This is the Lands and Surveys entity, department. Lands and Surveys, oh, they don't belong to City Hall. I want them to use the same guts to Kyle Bourne, Leon Logan, Eva Mattis, Seafarers Pride, Carolyn Halley. I want them to use the same enthusiasm and tell us who own all these lands that planting up ganja, marijuana, all of a sudden. That is what I want them to tell us. Who are the intellectual authors? And we made a comparison. We saw GBTI did good. $3 billion in a year. Congrats to the executives there. But look what marijuana did. The first couple months for this year, this is January to now, $500 million. Imagine we're passing. Imagine we're shipping out or shipping in. Because we did tell you, you're getting foreign marijuana now. They held $44 million worth quite recently. Creepy, I think it's called. Or crappy. Yeah. So this is a new green goal. Sugar bringing in this kind of money. Sugar cane, not harvesting at $500 million. You guys who go do $500 million in sales. Folks, in profit. 1 month holiday. And they're going to raise the sugar harvesters, sugar cane workers, cane cutters, salaries by 50%. But that's what marijuana doing. $500 million. This from January to now. I am concerned about the big fishes. Right? All you see in the report saying, we don't know who owns the land. We don't know who owns the land. And Lands and Surveys, they're running out. They're not helping us. They're not. But we understand. We beg. But we got sense. We understand what's happening here. Friends, family, favorites, and flatterers. We understand what is happening here. Good folks. We can continue to watch it. Oh, we ride on the 9 o'clock hour. We ride on the 9 o'clock hour. Sandal and plenty, you know. That's why I want y'all to know. Sandal can soon. Justice. He ain't playing. It's been a hiding Sandal. That's why I want. We are hiding Sandal all this time. I feel like Sandal was like a David in the backside of the desert. honing its skills, waiting for its movement. So let me loosen this giant here. I got something for them. I got something for this giant. Let me loosen this giant. Sandal Kisunas ordered the Ministry of Education to show that they were involved in collective bargaining. He said, well, see a minute. Oh, you think it's only this former teacher who's a CCDO at the Ministry of Labor? You think it's only he wants to see records? Well, Sandal said he wants to see the records now. Rockin' coming. You all remember prayer the other night? Oh, I wasn't getting in any dog fights. I wasn't getting in any dog fights. I've been trying to behave myself. You know, let's call me satire and all manner of things. I'm trying to behave myself. I didn't get in no dog fights. Well, Sandal saying, I want to see the records that y'all were involved. You see, we've been giving them a free pass too much. God damn it. We have been given these Jacobats, these transcrippers, these Jebusites, these Philistines and Pharisees, these Hittites. We've been giving them a free pass too much. You all know I went to Sunday school. Stay too long. We've been giving them too much, too many. Sunday said, don't bring it. Don't come wrong me funny. I want to see the records, but you said that you all were involved in salary talks. This thing was orchestrated to fail from day one. And only blind wouldn't see it. Only Irfan, he would see everything else. He wouldn't see this. And this set piece that the ministry run out with. You see some of the photographs with the CEO, or is he the CFO? He's the CEO, or he's a UFO. Yours, God have his mercy. Everything I'm bright by me, but shucks. Shucks. I don't know. You better get it knocked in there. You'll pull in. I don't know what's happening, Michelle. Edward. Carlin Haley. He's the CEO of the UFO. Well, judge, in his own deliberate judgment, right? In his own, he's a CSO. Some of y'all missing. The judge says, I want to see the records. Right? But the judge got a lot of problems in his hand. Because he dealing with the man don't remember things. He signed off, I talking about Saddam Hussein. Saddam signed off things in the minutes. And then 2 minutes later, he said it never happened. And he put his signature. You can tell he knew to the PPP. You can tell he knew to the PPP. The rest get the lies down back. He just signed the document. Walk out the door and tell him it never happened. Put the signature. He said it happened. Yeah. It didn't happen. And then the teachers union, as you know, released the minutes of the meeting. And then another time he come out, he said, I didn't realize I was the chief negotiator for the it's not like it's not at least Saddam, like it's the one kind of tendency they got. Right? You remember Saddam Hussein had a man, Chemical Ali. He was the PR man. He used to lie like one horse strutting. Oh, I see the infidels falling by the thousands by the gate. Saddam's a man like that. We never discuss this pay period. We never put 2016, 17, 18, 19. No. We said from 2000, from 2024. And then Coretta and Mr. Light bust the minutes, sir. And then a day one day meetings, Saddam wake up. You know, he wake up. He said, I realize I see the chief negotiator. His person gets set up, you know. The thing was a set piece from the start. He gets and he even know. That's how people might pick him back. You know, it could be 15, could be 16, 17 years. Sometimes you just wake up and say, this is my day. This is what I'm saying. It's when the thing wear off. So like said, that thing wear off. The particular morning in the discussion, he says the chief negotiator. Pray, y'all didn't tell me, y'all didn't send me a memo. You mean I the chief negotiator? He was sleeping. When he said, man, they pulling up. In the photograph, he's sleeping. The man sleeping. When he wake up, I the chief negotiator. This country here, my God, this country here. If any of you say we're making light off of these stories, this is how we register despair. That's a line I stole from Lion in Winter, Peter O'Toole, Katharine Hepburn. This is how we register despair. See, man, he's the chief negotiator. He doesn't send him in. Fall asleep. He falls asleep. Falls asleep. First thing he needs is scrub down. Let me start him. Hold on. Folks, I remember time. You have to shop for work. You couldn't shop to work anyhow. The boss will say, hold on. We can pause the meeting. We don't that much hurry. You go and tuck in your shirt, straighten up your tie, press your shirt jack. Right? Folks, a bath is not a bad word, you know, or a bad phrase. Bathing. It's not a bad word, you know. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. We're in a bad way. We're in a bad way. Money don't buy class. Money don't buy class. Aristotle and Nassi said it. Like tolerance. Tolerate these people. Classless. Sleeping in the meeting. Sandal say he wants to see the records. He said he wants to see the records. And he's not convinced. Sleeping in the meeting. Sleeping. You wake up now. You better go find them now. Take you see them typing, girls. Why they say? Why they say again? Click on the typewriter. It's why they say again. Remember he sign off and then so Josh can ask you, sure? Salam, you sure? You said this thing. I see your signature. You sure? Yeah. Nice time. Folks, there's a bittersweet moment. For those of you who know this case, Morris Arjoon, those of you who know it, it's a bittersweet moment to see him yet again get a judicial victory. But how long? Huh? The people couldn't control Morris Arjoon. I don't know him. I don't know his political proclivities or positions, or I don't know him. All I know, people want certain things done through the New Building Society. Jack Dio. And Morris said, don't come around me funny. And from that day to now, they hounded him, fired him, denied him what was rightfully his. And today, recently, folks, scored a victory at the Caribbean Court of Justice. How many of you remember this? The court says he's entitled to his full pension. Listen to nice time. His full pension, $59 million. But it went on to say, too, he's not entitled to his severance. Congrats. Folks, some of y'all think this battle is going to be won in one day, though. When you deal with a strong man, big head, like Jack Dio, you got to in for the long haul. You got to anchor down. You think it, look, some of y'all have the testicular fortitude 5 days in opposition, he take buyout. 5 days in opposition, 5 weeks. You're gone, you take buyout. And some of y'all wicked. Because I see some of y'all saying that some people gone over who ain't gone no place. We must have a civility in politics. Right? If I shake a hand, I see a minister, one of them someplace. Right? I said, hello, minister. How are you doing? You're going on about your business. Oh, you turn PPP. That make you PPP. Who make you PPP so you sell out? You run away. Like how Ashley run away to with the place name. You run away. Morris stand up with them. I wonder how many days Morris Arjoon felt like giving up. But he knew he was right. And he said, hey, you understand me? At the hey, you think it's 1 year? You think it's 2 years? You think it's 3? How long the case going on? How long the case going on? The case was going on for 10 years now, if not more. Spiteful, wicked PPP. That man's a professional, doing a job, but he's singing their tune. All he want to do is he work according to his job description. And Jack did them didn't like that. They hung him. Mercy stand up here. Who vex? I ain't moving. I got a right. He carried him to court. I think it's 1 day they met in the court. Go to the court, come back, appeal this, to frustrate Morris Arjoon. I want some of what he met with. Because we got to stand up. It mightn't be a day. It mightn't be 2, mightn't be 3. Right? The good books after a little while. Some of you want things like that. That's how we want it. We want it like that. But it just might have to stand up a little long. Ready for cave in. For 5,000 in a box of cook up. I want some of y'all. This is the road in front of you. Oh God, PPP. Oh God, PPP. And your house still small. You still have to turn around. You still have to come outside and turn around. You still have to throw water in the air to stretch it. The road like this. One little crust. The dam over. Eh? One little crust. Rob us 2 years we've been in there. Brother, no confidence motion. You know, we have to keep our eyes on that. Hammering out local content legislation, hammering out the natural resource fund framework. What they're benefiting from now is the hard efforts of the APNU AFC government. Just like when they came in 92 and they stood up on the backs or on the back of the economic recovery program that the forgotten president Desmond Hoyt was the architect of. Just like then, they stand up on the hard efforts of the coalition government. Right? And they will have you believe they came one day and they had a policy in place, a framework to move the island funds from Exxon into our coffers. And even though they come and they got the whole thing with the NRF, the National Resource Fund, oh, what a mockery they've made of it now. Dismantle the whole thing. Morris stand up here 10 years. Morris, I'm moving, we big. But I got sense. I ain't taking no bribe. I ain't want no work. I want what is mine. I want my birthright. That's what I want. For me, for you, for my children. Whether it's PPP, APNU, AFC, WP, I want what is yours, what you have a legal right to. Now when they tell me they don't want to give us, Morris, stand up. And I'm so personally inspired by that. And to say to him, I don't know him, never met him, but I'm inspired by this story. You see, Morris then said, if I see 10 with me, I ain't carrying this case forward. I ain't seen anybody helping me. I ain't seen anybody. Morris, I can stand up here. If it's me alone and God, there's a majority. And today, he reaps the benefit of that. 59 million. 59 million. Court said you're not entitled to your severance. Right? I hope the 59 million could do for him. Might be much. Buses start. 59 million. I can ring the bell tonight one time from our side. Where we get, I want everything. I just want a little bit. The stick-to-itiveness. I'm budging from these demons and devils. Too many of us running out. Jenny Jagan, how many years he's been in opposition? He ain't budge. Why running going? But some of you, Father of his mercies. I mean, like y'all tonight. That being said, folks, again, big congratulations to Mercer Arjoon. Yeah. He stuck to his guns. He came out the victor. Coming soon. Coming soon. And then put on a card someplace, promise delivered. The quarantine bridge. Just like the licenses for the fishermen on the quarantine, coming soon. Just like the pension, the 40,000. Just like the free tuition, coming soon. Yeah. We know it. Who know? We know it. Who know? Folks, I think we're going to leave it there tonight. That's what I know. I think we're going to leave it there tonight, folks. That being said, the closer, Darren Adams said they got some discrimination happening with this government against Region 10.
Regional Chairman Darren Adams said on Sunday that the situation in Guyana is such that soon the government will have to import nurses and doctors. He said that Linden has already lost some 30 doctors to the oil sector and to the mining industry.
And so we now have a situation where we had to import doctors and nurses. Soon you will see more nurses coming into the health facilities. And our concern is that there will likely be that language barrier because many of them are coming from Spanish-speaking countries.
He commented on the rally held the day before, the focus on the cost of living.
Where fair distribution could have been executed or emulated. The government should have established by now an independent body or committee to deal with the cash grants that go to persons who are affected in this high cost of living. Of course, we see them using political appointees and persons connected to them, their friends, families, and favorite.
Adams said that there should be a targeted public assistance program.
They have sought to remove many of our vulnerable people from the public assistance program. It was during the coalition that 800 people benefited, and they are now removing people from the public assistance program.
He said that Region 10 has been documenting cases of such removal. He spoke of the case of a 5-year-old boy with a liver disease. He said that this boy was told that he will not benefit from the public assistance program.
So not only Afro-Guyanese are being targeted, Amerindians are being targeted, and now poor Indo-Guyanese are being targeted. And those who are perceived to be supporters of the APNU AFC. We would have seen in 2021 the Ministry of Social Protection coming to a community like Region 10 and installing a predominantly Indo-Guyanese board to preside over the public assistance in a community that is predominantly or 80 or 90% Afro-Guyanese. All 8 members of the board at the time were Indo-Guyanese.
Most of the board members are from Region 10.
But they are people who are connected to the party, who are openly wearing the slogans of the PPP. They are not doing what we did. We had an independent board, yes, and we also accommodated persons even from their party when we were in office. So we had a bipartisan approach in dealing with matters relating to public assistance, and that is how we were able to increase it from 250 to 800.
That was the closer, folks. That's our time, and that's our program. Thanks for joining us tonight, folks. That being said, that's our time, and that's our program. Really want to thank Good to see you on the live tonight. Onessa, Leon, Renella, Diane. Thanks for staying with us in the overtime this evening. Wanda, good to see you there. Oren Lester, good to see you. Onessa Warding, good to see you. Delight One, good to see you too. Pace and Power, brother, Pace and Power. Yvette Gordon, Charles, and Jamal. Good to have you, Ray, and all the other folks. Carmen, good to have you. Sarah, good to have you. Sheldon, good to have you too, folks. Pearson Powell, thanks to the thousands of you who joined us live tonight, and all those who are going to come back and watch us. Continue to share that live for us. Even then, smash that emoji button, and if you get a chance to partner with us, folks, we can't do this without you. Please and thank you. That's our time, and that's our program. Stay safe, folks, and that's the end.